Begins in a maximum security prison called Chornya Cholmy in Russia. Yuri Boyka is seen wearing a black robe and praying to Jesus in his cell, whose walls are filled with different pictures. Suddenly, a guard opens the door to the cell and another prisoner walks in, telling him that only 10 more minutes are left and asking if he's ready. Are you ready? Get the f out of here. On the other hand, George Chambers, who's a former heavyweight champion, is filming a TV commercial for a vodka brand. When the director interrupts him and asks him to say his lines properly, I can't say that. Can I fill? How many times we gotta go through that? We'll have to do it again. And all you are is broke. I'm trying to get you paid, and you go home a richer man. The scene then cuts to St. Petersburg, where a young boy comes into a club carrying a food delivery. He delivers the food to a man in a private room at the club. This man is Gaga, who's putting bets on a fight that's about to start in prison. Back in the prison, everyone's cheering for Boyka, who's about to step in the ring to fight Arkady Davich. Boyka, who is in prison for 3 counts of homicide, has won 32 consecutive fights and is considered a champion of this ring. The fight starts, and Boyka starts thrashing his opponent, making his fans who have betted money on him very happy. Remember, no biting, no eye gouging, no hair pulling. Yeah. Fight! You dusty! Stop! If we cannot get better odds against Boyka, we will have to shut down Dice Spring. The scene then cuts to some shady-looking men who enter the hotel where George was staying. As some men enter George's room, another one waits outside, pretending to read a newspaper. His manager rebukes him for being an hour late. George then goes upstairs to his room, where the guy outside warns the men inside. No one's ever going to stop you, huh? I just hope you'll remember. He's coming. In the hotel room, police were called to investigate, and while searching the room, they found the planted powder in his Bible. George denies having any drugs and says that he's being framed, but the police still arrest him. As the police bring George out of the station, the news reporters are already there, saying that given George's history of using illegal painkillers, he's been transferred to the high-security prison till the final decision on the case is made. At the same time, another prisoner comes and informs Boyka about this news. As George is taken out of the prison van, Boyka comes to the outer yard to see him. George is then taken to the warden's office, who tells him that he's a fan of his fighting, and this sport holds great importance in this prison, as they have their own champion here. I was a big fan of yours during height of your career. You should know that in this facility we think very highly of fighters. Heat this shit up. Turn around, get out of my face. Next morning, all the cells open and the prisoners start going out. Stevie tells George to wake up, otherwise he won't get any food and will stay here locked up for the whole day. As George walks into the prison mess, all the prisoners start staring at him and no one sits with him at the table, apart from his cellmate. After a few seconds, Boyka comes here too with his goons. But it's incredible that I'm sharing a cell with George Chambers here. Look, I don't want to be pushy, man, but you don't want to mess with Boyka. I'm the champion. I had my shot at you, and then your guy stepped into safety. But they telling me the process could take anywhere from a month to a month. Let's be patient, George. I'm doing everything I can. Outside the prison, Gaga comes to meet Markov, the chief warden. Gaga gives him some money and tells him to arrange a fight between George and Boyka as soon as possible. Markov says that it'll happen very soon as there's already some bad blood between them. In the prison yard, some guys start bullying George's cellmate Stevie. Seeing this, George saves him and thrashes the other guys. There's something you wouldn't know about this place. It's owned by the mob. His name's Gaga. Think you come in here and do what you want? Hey, no. Come on, in the league. Jemai, you're someone else's head off, okay? Shut up. Hi. Well, I'm gonna launch the two. Only person I want to see is from the U.S. Embassy. The warden comes to meet George and asks him to fight with Boyka in the ring, telling him that his life in the prison would become much easier if he goes this way. He even says that if he fights, he might have a way out of this prison. But when George refuses to oblige, he's put to cleaning sewage for a month as a punishment. At first, George refuses to do it, but then a prisoner called Krot comes and tells him to not give these guards an excuse to punish him and just do the job. George understands and starts cleaning it with the shovel. Later, Stevie is about to take some powder when Boyka's men come in to threaten him, saying that if George doesn't fight soon, then it'll be the end of your life. The same men then come to George, saying that they have got a message for him from Boyka. Stand up, I have soup. Why are you doing this? Shut up and drink. 'Cause where I'm from ain't nothing free. You'll never help anyone. I was afraid. I don't belong here. That man never let you out of here. Get him cleaned off. Do you know who I am? You're the big dog, right? What makes you think I won't jump up there and make you a dead dog? This is a business situation. You want me to fight that clown Boyka, right? It will make me very happy. Well, as we speak, I got my man working on turning this thing into the biggest media circus you ever seen. Phil, what the f*** you doing up? They told me the whole thing would be quick, that you'd be out in a week. I'll kill you, my f***ing ass. I have good news. Tell me. I'm the only one you can trust around here, you know that, don't you? Eventually, George agrees to the fight. As Boyka is training in the gym, George comes there with Stevie to train for the fight. Both George and Boyka continue to train for the fight. One day, Boyka's men again visit Stevie. When Stevie asks what they want from him now, as George is ready to fight, they tell him that there's another thing that they need him to do. On the fight day, Gaga's man tells him that 80% money is being betted on George, but Gaga asks him to put $500,000 on Boyka. Keep your hands up. No, stop. What? Come on, Stevie. What happened? You were drugged. That's your ass, Stevie. Damn it, Stevie. You had Stevie drug me, and that's how you won. You drug your opponent, and you call yourself a fighter? Move over back to yourself. You... Is it so? That's him. Outside the prison, George's manager asks Gaga that how many more days will George stay in prison, as people have started asking questions about him. At this, Gaga offers him more money, which he happily takes and leaves. Just as the manager is about to leave for the airport, Gaga's girl shoots him in the head and kills him. Back in the prison, George is seen freezing out in the snow, still tied to the pole. Seeing him like this next morning, some prisoners cover George with blankets, scarves, and gloves. But when a guard sees this, he quickly informs his superiors, and soon all the prisoners are brought out to the yard. The head guard then asks who is interfering with their punishment and helping George. All of the passengers come forward one by one. Seeing this, guard says that all of them will now stay out in the cold. Next day, when Gaga comes to prison, George is untied from the pole and brought back in. Gaga gets angry at Markov, saying that he can't do anything without asking him first, and if anything happens to George, then he'll kill him. Look, George, keeping you here any longer is a bit of a hassle for me. All I want is one more fight. I'm gonna need one more thing from you. George asks for warm clothes for his fellow prisoners, which are delivered that day. Both of them once again start training for the fight. This time, Krot comes to see George wearing the jacket just given to him by the guards and tells him that he needs a bit of help to beat Boyka at his own game. George says that he underestimated Boyka a bit the last time, but this time he'll beat him. On one hand, Boyka continues to train with his men in the ring, while on the other hand, Krot starts to train George on how to counter Boyka's style of fighting. When Boyka's coach tells him that Krot is training George, he says that it doesn't matter who he trains with, and he won't let George get out of that ring alive. No, здоровья. I make it in my toilet. So what's up with the photograph? My niece, she's almost 19. When I was in the army, my younger brother, he tells me he just made a big mistake. You basically traded your life for his. When I got here, they tried to drive me crazy. So finally, I decided to escape. Second time, there was a fight. The girl that killed, I was also short paralyzed. They put me here, in solitary. My name, it's Nikolai. Now press on top of me. If I press any harder, it's gonna break. Good, maybe I start to feel the leg again. This is what? You are tripping, and the most complete fighter in the world. Please welcome George Jamer, undefeated heavyweight champion Yuri Boyka. Remember, take his left. I must finish you or you will rot in this stinking hole. Do you understand me, George? What are you waiting for? You made a fortune. Yeah. What's this? You're cut. Do you mind if you take a photo together, me and you? I wouldn't try anything stupid, Mr. Chambers. I want to make a deal. George asks him to relax and offers him the money in the bag to set Nikolai free. Markov agrees, and both of them get out of the prison. George then takes Nikolai to the railway station to meet his niece, but he keeps telling him that it's a mistake. As the train arrives, Nikolai and his niece meet with tears flowing down their eyes, and George walks away. The story then continues again in Cholmy prison, where a fight is about to start, and everyone is cheering for Sikov, who easily wins by knocking out his opponent. After the fight, Gaga is walking out with Markov when he drops some money on the floor. Boyka, who is now roughed up and has long hair, is cleaning the floor and asks Gaga to pick up his money. When Gaga asks him to keep it, he replies saying he does not need his money and walks away with a limp. After this, the parole board denies his application, stating that he will not be able to apply for parole for another 15 years. Yuri Boyka, your request for parole is denied. You look better, my friend. What do you want? You made a lot of money for me in the past. I want to help you now. Get me into this tournament. I want to fight again. Sorry. Winner! Haito! Sikov once again wins easily and qualifies to fight in the prison Spets competition, where he would be able to fight for his freedom with fighters from all around the world. As Sikov is celebrating Boyka, who has now cut his beard and hair, challenges him, saying that he is not a real champion. After Gaga allows the fight, Boyka gets in the ring and the fight starts. You are not the real champion here. Let me fight! I want to fight! Let me fight. The next day, Boyka is transferred to Gorgon, a high-security prison in Georgia where the tournament is going to happen. Prison warden Kuss asks all fighters to introduce themselves. The first ever tournament with international prison fighters. State your name, prison, and crime. Petros Mavros. Q. 3 peoples. Yuri Boyka, Cholomachon, Russia has the Green Mother. Turbo. But you can call me Mr. John. Accused of a double murder. Please understand that in this facility, we believe in equality. It's your mother right there. If you'd rather go home, we can arrange for that. The next day, all prisoners are taken to the mountains to do hard labor. As all of them are working, Turbo, the fighter from America, questions why Raul, who is a fighter from Gorgon, is getting special treatment and is allowed to sit in the shade. Say, hey, shut your mouth. Well, don't you shut up already. Stop right now. You fight in the ring, nowhere else. If any of you would like to train for tomorrow's first round, you have 1 hour. In prison while others are training, Kus brings Raul some white powder. And after taking them, he practices in the ring with other prisoners. Fighting 3 to 4 fighters at a time, Raul easily beats all of them. The next day, the first fight of the tournament happens between the Greek prisoner Petros and Brazilian prisoner Silva. Try not to get too depressed. I'll do my best. Fight! Peter is Boyka from Colombia. Raul, they call him Dolor, the pain. I'm afraid this is the end of the line for all of you. But your escorts will pick you up here. I ain't gonna lie, you got some skills. Tell you what I'm gonna do. When I get that ass, go! Now. Pasha, you out there? Where'd that come from? People don't talk unless they have something to say. The next day, Joe and Gaga come to the prison demanding to meet their prisoners. At first, Gaga starts getting angry, but Joe gives the guard some bribe and asks him to bring both fighters. During the meeting, when Gaga asks Boyka how he is feeling, Boyka gets angry and asks him if he has set him up. When Gaga asks why he is saying this, Boyka tells him that they are being forced to do hard labor. On the other hand, Turbo tells Joe the same. Both of them furious after hearing this go to Kus' office and ask him what the hell is going on. Kus then introduces them to Mr. Rizzo, who is sitting there. Rizzo tells Kus that the hard labor is to ensure that their fighters do not win. He also tells them that they should collect every single penny and bet it on Raul. To convince Gaga and Joe, Rizzo says that they will have more money than they could ever imagine, and he will make sure that their fighters do not win. Can you guarantee that my fighter doesn't win? Guarantee. Would you stop pulling? I'm not pulling. I'm going to move now. You stop. I want no more but to get into your ass. But we're gonna do it in a ring where it matters. I came here to fight. So did I. In here, the people you fight, they are not just in the ring. After coming back to prison, both of them are given 1 hour to train. While Boyka enters the gym immediately, Turbo hesitates a bit, saying that he can barely walk after all the work, but eventually he enters the gym too. As both fighters continue to train outside the prison, their owners start betting more and more money against them. As Boyka and Turbo are about to eat, a guard comes telling them that breakfast is over and they are taken to work without eating anything. In the truck, Turbo starts cursing and saying how he's supposed to work or fight while being starved. But Boyka remains calm, saying that they could turn this into an advantage and use hard labor as training for the tournament. With this idea, both of them start working much more enthusiastically and at a higher pace. While moving some stones, Boyka shouts due to pain in his knee. Squeeze that in your hand. Take the oil and rub it on your knee. Children, whatever, you ask too many questions. You would not understand. God has given me a gift. I am the most complete fighter. I must prove I am worthy of something. Boyka of Russia, versus the devil Turbo. Stop! Stop! Winner! Boyka from Russia! I'm worried, cause I will step up my efforts. I want to talk to you about your training partners. They say you're two lovers. I understand you two have become sexual. Take you to his cell. Boyka notices that Turbo has not come to eat. After finishing his meal, when he is walking towards the gym, Turbo calls him from his cell, where he is lying on his bed, covered in sweat and blood. He tells Boyka that it was the warden who did this. Seeing this, Boyka tells him that he needs to see a doctor, but Turbo says that he will not give them the satisfaction, and he will see him in the ring. As Boyka is training in the gym, Raul walks in saying that he had heard a lot of things about Yuri Boyka, the king of prison fighters, but after losing to an American boxer, he has become the king of toilets now. At this, Boyka replies that he will see him in the ring and beat the hell out of him. Raul laughs at this and tells Boyka to spend some time with Turbo, as he will make sure that this is his last. After this interaction, both Raul and Boyka start training with more enthusiasm and rigor. While passing through the prison corridor, Boyka looks inside Turbo's cell to see that it is empty. At first he gets a bit worried, but then he finds him training in the gym. At this point, Turbo has become weaker due to the beating and is barely training like earlier. Soon Cuss walks in and asks the guards to take them to work. You will not survive the fight tomorrow. They will make sure of it. It's not the time. You must leave here. So I'll give you a chance. Don't break your chain. You may go down to the forest. Go home. Back to square one. Do what like I've been doing. No one gets out alive. You don't have a choice. They need me to fight. They will not destroy their final payday. Where is the American? He'll be found and dealt with. Do you think Gaga or anyone else can help you? I made a new wager, Boyka. You will now fight the Colombian in the final. Tour of Colombia! Improvise, adapt, overcome. Stop! The winner from Russia is Boyka. Just cost me $5 million, Rezo. On the other hand, Joe kills Rizzo and his man because of his loss, but is himself killed by Cuss. After this, Cuss tells Boyka that only one fighter was supposed to get his freedom after this tournament, and since he helped Turbo escape, he will go back to the prison in Russia. Where I go now, I don't care. You're quite a fighter. Too bad you're such damaged goods. Where are we going? Open it. You're still the best fighter in the world. Especially when you're angry. You're a free man now. How does it feel? I must go. Stop the car. Yo, watch. Wait. My first name, Yuri Boyka. My man. Next time. Yeah, next time. Let's go. Yeah! The story then shifts in Kiev, where Boyka is free now and is seen sitting in a gym with blood on his face after winning a fight where he had just knocked out his opponent. Back in Cholmy, the prison fighting is still going on, and everyone is cheering for a fighter named Kashma, a huge, scary guy whose mouth has been locked shut and who is brought to the ring by 4 guards holding him through chains. Boyka is seen making a donation to the church, where the priest asks him if he is going to stop fighting for God's forgiveness and let go of all the violence. But Boyka replies, saying that God has given him a gift, and it would be a sin to not use it, and soon he will start fighting in legal tournaments instead of underground fights. After this, his manager Kirill comes running in and tells him that he has found a legitimate fight for him and convinced the scouts of a European tournament to come see his next fight. And if they are impressed, he will be able to go to Budapest for the tournament. Before this fight, Kirill tells Boyka that this time his opponent is a very good fighter, but Boyka tells him that it does not matter and nothing can stop him now from going in that tournament. Now there's goals and go to your corners. Okay? You okay? Stay on. Go! On the pass! No! See these crowds, they love you! We want to see you at the tournament in Budapest. You lose, and it's over. This is what you've been fighting for your whole life, Boyka, and now it's here. What is the matter with you? He's in very serious condition. We're taking him to the hospital. Do you think God approves of what you do? God gave me this gift, and it would be a sin to waste it. Man, the fought last night. How's it doing? It was an accident. You're not liable for his death. He's just another fighter. He doesn't have any cash. I already checked. Do you think God approves of what you do? Going to Russia. Russia? Are you crazy? You're a wanted man there. You can sport this can ruin your life, Boyka. In Drovny, Victor's funeral is being conducted in a church when a man named Zurab comes and starts making Victor's widow Alma uncomfortable, saying that she now owes him a lot of money. Alma says that she will work for him till all the debt is repaid. On the other hand, Kirill gives Boyka his passport and gives him some advice. With his fake passport, Boyka makes his way to Drovny without any trouble. Boyka then goes to a community center to meet Alma, but before he could speak with her, she gets in a car that Zurab has sent and goes away. After asking where they had gone, Boyka too goes there. Inside the building, an underground fight is going on, which a fighter named Igor wins. Zurab is watching this fight upstairs through cameras. A few minutes later, Boyka sees Alma working as a waitress in the building. What are you? Are you following me? Come a very long way to talk to. Hey, get back to work. I just want to talk to her. We'll talk outside. So what time does she finish work? Bro, you should fight for me. Here, in my ring. You can tell me. I'll make sure she gets the message. Next morning, Boyka once again goes to meet Alma. This time, when Zurab's man tries to stop him, he knocks him out with a single punch. Okay. After meeting her, Boyka gives Alma her husband's letter and tells her that he knew Victor. When Boyka asks her about Zurab, she tells him that he had loaned them the money to open this community center, and now she is working to pay off that debt. When Alma asks him if he saw Victor's last fight, Boyka tells her that it was him in the ring and it was an accident, and he also offers her the prize money of that fight. If there's anything I can do. Yes, there is something you can do. Bring him back. This is money from the fight. Take this back to Kiev or whatever it is that you came from. Oh. In Zurab's club, his right hand Slava shows him some fighters, but Zurab is not impressed one bit and asks him to get some real fighters who can entertain him. As they are talking, Boyka walks in after throwing one of Zurab's men through the glass. Boyka then makes Zurab an offer, saying that he will fight 3 fights for him if he agrees to wipe off Alma's debt. Zurab agrees with one term that Boyka will have to beat his champion at the end. He also tells Boyka that he knows who he really is, but he does not need to worry as the police in this area report to him. Before leaving, Boyka asks Zurab about a place where he can train, and he tells him about a gym just down the street. As Boyka goes, Slava asks Zurab why he is letting a street goon fight in his club, but Zurab tells him about Yuri Boyka and what a legend he is in the world of underground fighting. I didn't ask you to fight for me, so least I can do for you and your husband. Fighting to pay your debt. Alma, get back in the car. It's time to go. I don't want you using it. It's time. Yuri Boyka! Nothing less than I expected, but don't get too comfortable. Zurab asks Alma to get Boyka a drink. When she comes with a drink, Boyka asks her about a place where he can train. At first, she tells him about the same gym, but when Boyka tells her about the other fighters that train there, she tells him to come and train at the community center in the morning. Next day, Zurab's goon again tries to stop him, but when he tells him that he is fighting for Zurab now, he lets him go. As Boyka starts to train in the center, lots of kids start watching him through the window. After a few minutes, Alma comes to take the children away, but Boyka tells her that it is fine and lets them stay. During a break from training, he comes to get some water, where he sees Alma working in her office. Boyka asks her if the training is bothering her, but Alma says that she is used to it as Victor used to train here every day and night. In the next fight, as Boyka is waiting for his opponent, the host announces that today it will be 2 against 1, as Boyka will face 2 fighters in the ring at the same time. I want you to get me Kushma. I can't get him out of prison anymore. So bums, I'm gonna give you an escape convict. Yuri Boyka. Boyka goes back to the community center and despite his injuries starts to train for the next fight. While he is training, Alma walks in with an ointment and gives it to Boyka, telling him that it will help him with the pain. However, because of the pain, Boyka is unable to apply it on his back himself, so Alma offers to help him. As they are talking, Boyka asks her why she does not leave this town. At this, she gets angry, saying that this community center was a dream of Victor and her, and where will all these children go if she runs away from here? All of these kids will be in gangs or something worse, but you probably don't know anything about it. Zurab asks Slava if his men are keeping an eye on Boyka. He tells him yes and says that he just trains in the community center for 2 hours and then leaves. He also tells him that Alma does not talk to him while he is there. Zurab then goes to the community center. He tries touching her, but she stops him and starts walking out. Zurab does not listen to her and tries to force himself on her. When Alma once again tells him to stop, he gets angry and pushes her away. While leaving, he tells her that Boyka is not allowed to train here, and if she lets him back in, he will kill him. Next morning, during his morning run, Kirill calls Boyka to tell him that his fans and press are already waiting for him in Budapest, and everyone is hyped to see him fight in the tournament. He also reminds him to take the bus at 9:45 p.m. after the fight. After finishing his run, Boyka comes back to his room where Alma is already waiting for him. Can you tell me what happened? I just don't want to hurt you. Was it really an accident? I've done things in this life, things that put me in prison for one good. Angry man, full of hate, until God showed me the path. I never lost sight of the gift God gave me. He was testing me, and I was not going to disappoint him. And so, in the ring, with Victor, I did not see a man, only someone standing in between me and my dream. And I know it's not enough to take away your pain. But I regret it, okay? I regret it with all my soul. Later that night, both Boyka and Igor, who is undefeated until now, enter the ring and the fight starts. As soon as the fight ends and Boyka leaves the ring, Alma starts going towards Boyka with a smile, while on the other hand, Slava goes outside and welcomes Koicha. Inside the club, Zurab congratulates Boyka and asks him where he is going. The deal was 3 fights and you have to beat my champ. I'm not fighting to you anymore. Yes, you are, Boyka. Don't you want to be our hero? You're going to fight. You and I will be done. If you miss it, you won't get your flight to Budapest. Oh my God! You will escape unveiled. Hey! You asked me what it was I wanted from you. Can you forgive me? Forgive me. As Boyka is being taken away, Alma keeps looking at him with tears in her eyes, but doesn't say anything to him. In the next scene, Boyka is seen back in Chornya Cholmi, where he comes into the visitor room to see Alma waiting for him on the other side of the cage. Alma then shows him some pictures that the kids had drawn for him. She apologizes to Boyka for not coming to visit earlier, as she was not ready. You showed me that there was still good in the world. I want you to know that I forgive you. Thank you. Boyka, 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 Boyka. And this is where the Boyka trilogy ends. I really hope you guys enjoyed the recap, and if you did, then be sure to check out other videos on the channel, and as always, thank you very much for watching.